Welcome in another video in the seventh video, in which we will speak for the specific, the manifestation of the souls, and in which material they are manifested in the Souls Borne series. And you will notice from the previous video that now there is much more text and much less images. This is because I'm really running out of time, and I really need to reach the conclusion of this series. To share at the end my final super cool theory. So I love to put a lot of images and to allow to have a clear show clearly what happened, what I'm speaking about. But at this point, I will just assume that all the people here are people that are hardcore in the discovering of the lore of Dark Souls, and from the moment the topic are quite wide, there should be not such big problem if you trust all I say, and eventually you can go to check if the things you're not sure about are actually like that or maybe not. So maybe there are not written all the description of all the object, but just the things that I think that is needed to remind. So today we speak about the Matter of Souls, seventh episode, and let's start with some my speculations. So I have decided to write the speculations in orange, but then I just forgot it because I didn't have time to make this very sophisticated distinction. So that's it. These are my speculation, but that are in part accepted by the community. So souls are inflammable. The souls are contained in the blood. And souls and oxygen are alike. This is very strong and useless, the last one, speculation, but I found this out, so we will discuss it later. So souls are inflammable. All of these things I can find endless proofs, but this is what came to my mind while I was preparing the video. So souls are called by Maiden in Black ether. Ether is an inflammable chemical element. In general, ether is considered in several even Greek steps of the culture of Greeks people as something that can take the shape of fire, and something that fulfill the empty space of the world, sometimes in common with the air, is represented as the air or even the soul itself of the people. So this is first connection that it seems interesting to point out. The knowledge given by Prometheus is in shape of fire. Souls equal knowledge. We knew that from the previous episode that souls are equal to knowledge, and Prometheus is a symbolic character that bring the fire to the people, to the humans. And that's it. So fire equal souls, fire equal knowledge, knowledge equal souls. There's a three concepts that are connected. The Maiden in Black has lamplighter pole on which a soul is kept. So here the soul is used as a metaphor of the flame, or the flame is used as the metaphor of the soul. So the object in which the soul is an object that usually hosts a flame. In Dark Souls, the prologue show the souls originating from a flame. Okay, this is the most strong symbology of the soul as a flame. Of course, everyone knows it. It's the beginning of Dark Souls. The souls look like flame in the beginning. The souls, then they become, or they stay souls inside of the person, or they become like minor souls and they become white. So the flame seems a stronger soul, usually represent a stronger soul. So the souls arts allow to use the fire, you can say, but they allow even to use the obscurity and to do other strange things. But they are connected. We can speak about this, about even other videos. By now, we just know that from the soul we can reach the fire somehow. The souls maybe with a lightener in front of a compressed bottle of souls. Would be a funny way to explain the phenomena. The souls in Dark Souls are shown as flame. Okay, already done. In the end of Dark Souls, the character with all the souls born, so the character that have taken all the souls possible, born himself, and all the worlds get burned because of the power of its soul. So all the world get burned together with the main character, and from the moment he's fulfilled with all the souls of Lordran, or whatever one of the maybe the other place of Dark Souls 2, this energy get unleashed all over the world. So only who has collected many souls can bring the souls to burn again, the flame to burn again, the flame that is the soul itself. So it's a redistribution of the soul every time this happens, because there is the capitalism in Lodran, and the soul goes only to the very powerful being that anyway are making these souls disappear. So it's needed to retrieve them and to give power to the world again. But okay, we know it is there is not needing to continue. The course symbol is a circle of fire that burns slowly. All the souls in the character letting... okay. I'm not able to read what I write myself. The curse symbol is a circle of fire that burns slowly all the souls in the character, in the chosen one, if we want to call like this, letting him with not souls in the long time and driving him mad. This is why all the undead look for souls. So it is like a clepsydra that is making the sand go through, and we are trying to put more sand and more sand to not make the clepsyd stop. It's like there is the circle of fire that is burning in our hollow and our undead, and he loses slowly all these souls because they are burned by the mark that somehow was put to the undead people. And that's why even we have the same result, even when these souls are not taken by the demons. Anyway, the undead run out of souls, and the result is the same of when a demon takes the soul of humans. Indeed, the result is becoming mad, because the body is left without the clarity, the reason, the thing that we should not forget. So, of course, if I find out that this is not enough, I can put other proofs, but I think it's generally accepted between people that study the lore of Dark Souls that souls and flame are the same thing in every manifestation we can find. So, here there is another particular thing that is about the blood in the Souls Borne series. I think this is an idea that came to Miyazaki only after Dark Souls 1, or maybe it was still not totally developed because the blood start having some kind of bigger meaning, starting from, of course, Bloodborne and the Dark Souls 2 that was directed, if not in the same time, in the same period, mostly by Miyazaki. While Miyazaki was working on Bloodborne, he control a part, or at least write a part of the most of, I guess, of Dark Souls 2. So anyway, he directed both of the things. He didn't let Dark Souls 2 totally without father. So this is even quite... this can be proved according to the following explanation from Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne to the Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. All these theories, of course, have nothing to do with Sekiro, because I'm poor and I didn't have the way to play it by now. So Lady Maria gave fire to the blood during the second half of the battle. She used the blood to fight, and in the second half of the fight, she gave fire to his blades, to the blood. So where before there was the blood, then there was the flame. Now I didn't write this, but I can do the same connection with the Abyss Watcher, which use they have this blood that is given by generations, seems to have been passed to them, and the blood is an important topic for them, and even they give fire to their blood in the second half of their fight. The blood, the ammunition from blood, because we can make the ammunition for Bloodborne from the blood of our leg, as we taking from the life bar. The blood is used to activate the fire weapon of Bloodborne. So there are these fire weapons that can be activated with the blood. This ammunition can be used even to shoot, because they are a projectile of blood and mercury, and they can even be used for arcane magic, I guess, because somehow this mixture of blood and mercury may even work for rituals. Of course, the general reason could even be, or a perfect matching of all these things, trying to put the mercury and blood together, but even simply for the needings of a simple gameplay mechanic that, of course, cannot be too much sacrifice for lore matters. In the inverted world of Ariandel, the fire is a phenomenon to stop. Is the phenomenon to stop. So in the world of the painted world of Ariandel, we have a fire to stop, and it's not the obscurity to stop. So we know that in this, we can assume that in this, it's quite clear that in this painting, everything is reverse. So the people get corrupted by the obscurity, as normally it happens. And the problem is get corrupted by the fire, and the obscurity is the thing that we are looking for, to keep the state of obscurity. As Gwyn try to keep the light in this world, what is we try to achieve is to keep the nature of things, to go against the nature of things and keep the dark as long as possible. So in this inverted world, where the fire means to cover all the world, to stop the fire, there is a Gwyn-like character that then is the opposite of Gwyn, that try to stop the flame to spread. To do this, he used the souls. As the souls in the normal world are used to spread the fire all over the world, in this world the souls inside the blood are used to stop the flame to go all over the world. And so this is a function similar to the one of Gwyn, in which he has this task to accomplish. Okay. Usually, cultures of the past are divided among who believes the source is the breath. So this is what we see, what is more similar to Demon Soul and the Dark Soul, especially in the beginning, and the Hunter's culture, which believe it is in the blood. So there is a connection between soul and blood already in the history. This is a known thing among people studying the history of religion. And in particular, the division is between the people that are the community that are settled down maybe in front of a river or the sea, that when they go fishing, they see the fish dying while they open and close the mouth, thinking that that is the soul coming out of their body, while the tribes that used to um, travel and pick the food from the trees or hunt the animals rather than making harvest and whatever, these populations, they usually see the blood coming out of the animal they catch, and from this blood coming out, they assume that the blood is the fluid of life that make them live, so their soul. From the moment that soul somehow seems to be the definition of what keep you alive. A soulless being look like dehydrate. I swear this is a real word for the not native speaking English speakers. It means that it seems without water. So it seems much more thin and without without water. So it's like we are drained of all our blood, as would happen in a mummy. Dark Souls 2, Nar Alma is the guy that you find in the top of the purgatory where there is the horse going all around. Set is covered of blood and give you more souls absorption. Okay. So connection. This I just went on Dark Souls 2 wiki. I type blood. This is the first thing that comes out, and I basically check all the objects related with blood in the Dark Souls 2 to be sure that everything is connected with souls, and everything is, as we will see in the next slide. So these clothes that are covered of blood allow to get more souls. So this blood have a connection with the souls. And I repeat, it's not that there is another thing that is covered of blood and that one allow you to not hurt yourself when you jump down from a tall place. The only object that I found is an object that actually interact with the souls somehow. In the same way, King Alan XII awake the old one to take his soul. We know this from the other video, the previous video. Sir Jorg, that is a character narrated in Dark Souls 2, especially in the DLC, is the boss of the dragon blood soldier or whatever, dragon pet, blah blah. He tried to get the blood of the dragon. Sin, I think, is the name. He tried to take his blood, but this dragon that was sleeping, exactly like the old one, wake up and somehow. We don't know what happened to this man. He disappeared. Maybe he's been transformed like Alan. Maybe he is just destroyed by the dragon. And the dragon then kill all the people of the place. Somehow, maybe he take the souls of the people killing them. We don't know. Maybe the dragons have this power. And that's it. So similar story to the old one and to all the other that we discussed in the several mythologies. So the only difference, the other difference is like the change of the characters of the story is even there's still a character sleeping, a character that wants what he keep inside. What change is the souls now are the blood of the dragons. We can assume that all the dragons have this kind of blood condensed in their strains. This is still material of another video. Relation between soul and oxygen. So from these two things, we can see that the soul already look like oxygen, and it's about breathing the air inside of your body, something that look like that. And at the same time, the blood is something that bring the oxygen on its inside. At the point that we may call the soul as the oxygen, blood-borne. Ta-da! How to call it? This is a plot twist, I guess, for you, as it has been for me. Let's go to the next two pages that are the last one is very fast, so this is the ending of the video, basically. Try to finish in 10 minutes. Souls are in the blood. Continue. Ring of the Brotherhood of Blood Covenant. This is still the only place where there is some blood. This is nothing special. Perhaps is the end of is in the end a knot is but a window into the ambition of the other oath taker. I understood something now. A window into the ambition of the oath taker. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, maybe I misunderstood because this is not my first language, but here there is a great thing, okay? If you have taken this oath, then you know what you want, to be soaked in the blood of your kin. So, this is a ring that tries to say that there's nothing special, but actually is like one of the key to connect Dark Souls 2 with Bloodborne. If I well understand, or maybe I'm just a dumb ass, is an oath. Oath, I barely have the meaning in my mind of what it means. Is a window into the ambition of the oath taker. So the deity that take this pray, this worship, is this ring is a representation of this deity ambition, and I already recognized in this ring from before that it looked like the Odeon symbol, so the moon presence. So this ring is as a connection with the moon presence that, by the way, suck the blood from the strains of the hunter, that employee of his employee. So this is maybe nothing special for the person, but is a representation of who take the worship, who host the worship, how to say. And he has an ambition, and this ambition is quite clear in the video where we will speak about moon presence. This is so cool, but let's go on. So, an altered state of titanite. An altered state of titanite, used to make weapon lacerating, or to provide bleeding resistance to shields. This is still Dark Souls 2, and let's pay attention to the next sentence. Sorceress at the Melfian Magic Academy once attempted to imbue titanite with various elements, but are said to have failed. So, it's not possible to put other elements inside the titanite, even though we see it very often. Someone must have succeeded, so what else would explain this stone? So it says, okay, yeah, you speak English, so you know what it says, but then it means that this blood comes directly from the titanite. And here I did a little too much big jump, but for me the souls can have several shapes. I don't know if I speak this in this video or in another. In the other, yeah. So this is still some blood coming out of a stone, but we know that this is what happened even in Bloodborne. We will discuss even this in another video. So basically here is happening what happened in Bloodborne. Just now anyway, I had in my mind the idea that maybe you may say, okay, but even other kind of titanite have some kind of infusion or strange thing. For sure fire, blood, and I don't know if there is even electricity. In that case, then maybe this part can be more weak than what I expected 1 minute before. So today is so many revelation. Give to the black. This is I don't remember the name of this thing. I don't remember the name of all these things because I didn't write it. But let me write it in the comments. So in the description. Give to the blacksmith in the shrine to allow to use the use of gems for dark blood and hollow infusion. So here the fire is connected to the blood again. Oh, and I don't know what is inside. Anyway, this is the fire that killed that covered the city of the giant Yorm. It seems okay. Maybe I want to see too much inside of this, but it seems a little like no, nothing. Maybe. Let's pretend it's nothing, even though it seems like humanity. The blood, the last one, the blood was spread amongst the Abyss Watchers, and their souls are one with the soul of the Wolf Blood Master. Okay, so here is clear. The blood of the Wolf Master was sent to all the Abyss Watcher. Each one has a piece, has a Gwyn made divide his souls in the Silver Knights. And so now, having each one a little of their blood, the soul, they are one with the Blood Master. That's why they are reanimated one by one, and I don't know why they fight each other. Maybe they just, that's their culture, like Spartans. And then all the blood of each one go inside one single knight, and he represents all the others together, and he has more power, he has more blood, and he can make fire attacks. So all this is quite clear to me. I think in this video is quite clear, but I can do like 100 video like this, that souls and blood are actually of the same nature, let's say like this. The last thing, this is not so important, to the Drake Blood Knights, fresh dragon blood was sacrosanct. They believed that by obtaining it, they could achieve a true understanding of life, transcending their own banal existence. So, this is all for this video. I think it's an interesting video. Hope it is for you. And in the next episode, we speak about the density of the souls. Bye bye.